All right, let's see if Ebony K Williams put out on the Shade Room about how women should, uh, basically about how women should look for their man, find a man. So let's just see if what she was saying, if there was some truth in that. Let's take a look at this here.
Needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed linked fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. When you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
Very, very interesting. She dropped some jewels in that. Me personally, I don't feel that men are looking at women worrying about them being fertile. No, women want to have a baby. Man just wants to see a beautiful woman and somebody to vibe with. That's the only part that took me back. Also, what she was saying that you see these men in college, there's not a big pool. I don't think when you think about a guy that goes to school to be a professional, especially like in a science, law, one of these hard majors. You're talking about somebody who has worked very, very hard. They have no money through this whole deal. Like myself, I went to pharmacy school, started 95, got out in '02. We have relatively limited resources. Your money's limited, and also that young man's options are limited while he's trying to go to school and do what's right. Um, I will say that those young ladies that encourage the brother that's hardworking and about his books, they are going to win. However, with this young man being in school and he's trying to talk to different women or what have you, and they dissing him, once he gets out of school and get him some money and a title, he's going to want to play the field. He's going to want to explore his options. So no man is coming right out of college wanting to get married. I wouldn't even recommend that. I wouldn't recommend any young man. I would never tell my son, as soon as you get out, get married. No, no, he got to go sow his oats. Um, I would say to young ladies that are in school, don't be so superficial. And if it's a person you vibe with and y'all friends, you know, hopefully y'all close, y'all get to know each other. And even while he's trying to become a man, because the thing about becoming a man, we have like a lot of hormones and things, and especially 20s, your meat stay hard all the time and it never goes down. You want to stick something every second of the day. That's the only thing that's on your mind, especially in those 20s. So I think that ladies should have an understanding for that, and also don't compete with the man and just be a woman. Listening to Ebony, this was it was very great advice. It's very sound. However, it sounds like she sounds somewhat like a defeated feminist, like it just defeated her. This is a beautiful woman, went to school, got it all, got the money, the big job, the apartment, but it sounds like she's looking at her life now and it seems she's wasted a lot of time. And two, I'm not saying, look, to all the ladies, do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But you need to know where you want to go. And hopefully you won't have regrets if you don't ever get married or have children. That's a choice, you know. But I would say just basically follow your heart and follow your heart and find somebody, be friends. Don't get too caught up in the ground. That young brother that's working his ass off, man, he gonna be somebody. Encourage him. I know you see and understand delayed gratification. I think one thing that this generation lacks is delayed gratification. They want somebody on and popping and doing all this and that. And if you get a high body count in college, what I noticed when I was in college, a lot of beautiful women, but their body counts would be so high, they would get like mileage on them. And no man wants to wife that. You know what I'm saying? Especially in college. If you done been ran through, you can't even come back to homecoming without everybody giggling because this who you with. Like, that's not gonna work either. So, you know, shout out to Ebony. I think she has some truth in what she said, and that's just my take.